Alright, hey there everybody. So today we're going to do a little bit of leveling with the 1105 and a little bit of gravel that we got hauled in. Not much, but I thought I'd go ahead and show it to you guys. You don't see too many 1105 open stations out here doing work, so be kind of cool, a little bit different. So I'll go ahead and set you guys up on the super duper tripod, as you can tell, and we'll see how it goes.
Alright, so whenever we're kind of watching this, we can see that I first started by trying to go back up to the pile, kind of pull on it a little bit, and I was just trying to get some scoops a little bit at a time. I noticed that was going kind of slow, and just wasn't doing exactly what I was trying. So I'm going to do a couple more attempts of backing, and this is when I got a little bit smarter. So I started kind of watching it, and I noticed, hey, what if I just go around the backside and try to just cut the edge of my grater blade into it? So I did a little bit of a corner grab there. It kind of worked. I mean, I was getting better, so, or at least I felt like I was getting better. The biggest problem I was having with this was that I was just, it just felt like all I was doing was going through and just constantly having to back up and spend so much time backing, and I guess just going through the motions, and I hate wear on the linkages on the tractor, because we've already had to do a little bit on the parking pawl on this tractor. So anytime you can cut down on your coming out of first into second, it's just like, or I'm sorry, reverse into second, it works. So this is whenever I finally got the bright idea, hey, let's just go ahead and go over the top, and there it is. It was pretty awesome, really. Like, I was pretty impressed by it. So, or at least I was. So, whenever I finally started going through it this way, I noticed that I was able to get a lot more gravel, and I was able to get a lot more done. Now I have a ramp. Now I'm actually like putting it down. Now I'm actually like getting good size loads. And of course, the best thing about a grater blade compared to a bucket, I feel, is that you're leveling while you're pulling. And of course, with a 105 horsepower tractor like this, you're really able to get some large amounts of gravel, because you do have a good size 8-foot grater blade, and having those sides on the end there, which I'll talk more about later, make all the difference. Now, Dad and I have looked. Rhino has the ability to put it into theirs, and we've noticed there's at least one other brand that we were just kind of perusing. We never thought about really buying new, but we did go ahead and at least look at them just to see what was out there currently. And at the end of the day, we noticed that most of these big 8, 10, 12 foot grater blades have the option to be able to put in these end pieces, even though they don't come standard with them. Just so you guys know, if you are looking at a bigger unit, I mean, you can find them. I think it was about a $400 grater blade. I can't remember if Dad says it later in the video or not. I think he might, but if not, you kind of know now it's about $400 is what it was. So I mean, that's quite a bit less than new. I can't even quite remember what new was on one of these, but I know it's probably north of $3,500, $4,500, somewhere around there. So, but yeah, no, I do not want to optimize my PC. But yeah, so definitely pretty happy. Dad and I are kind of talking about this, and we're both now we're just trying to get it to where it's straight. I wasn't exactly straight. I was about at least one pin off. I'm kind of doing a little kick therapy there with it. Kind of a little bit stiff on this, but yeah, no, it worked pretty good. So just doing our normal chat and still talking about the piles, and yeah, then we're gonna head on out here in a minute. Dad and I will, but we'll be back, so stay tuned.
All right, everybody. Getting going pretty good. I got caught off by Dad by a little bit. We went and got a couple other things going, but about to keep on moving. As you guys can tell, tractor's doing pretty good. I ended up getting the grater blade, box blade combination, go ahead and getting it turned back around. Just a little bit on this, I know some of you guys might be interested. It is a Service brand, S-E-R-V-I-S HD3WM. Dad ended up picking this thing up. What it does is it's a regular grater blade. It's a nice big heavy grater blade with the bolts in it and so on and so forth. It's the sides that allow you to be, it's good, you know, it's not like perfect cup, but it's perfect enough for us. Allows me to be able to get a good big old gallop of gravel, and I hooked it up to the tractor. It's doing pretty good. My super special custom pin. This is an old extension that got wallered. This is not right. This is off by about 2/100ths of an inch. So I do need to go ahead and get the proper one coming. I'm gonna get a true 1-inch diameter shaft. I'm gonna go ahead and get it about 14 inches long to do that. But anyways, I'm gonna do a little bit of work on this winter. We need a little bit longer pin here. It's not quite making it, but it makes it down to this ring here, which is good enough for today. It'll get us through. But you know, it's one of those things where you're testing everything out. Got to figure out what's going on with it, figure out what you got to machine. But it's a pretty good day. Pile's almost gone on pile number 1, so I'm gonna do a little bit more and probably keep on going until I get some lunch, and then we'll see what happens. Keep posted.
Alright, so now we're back to actually gravel moving again. And so now that we're kind of finishing up with that first pile, you guys can tell it didn't really take all that long once we got going. Now we're going to go ahead and come around and get on that second pile. And now that I've learned the trick, I'm going to go ahead and just crawl over it. Of course, this is really sped up. I mean, I swear it probably took at least a minute or two just to come over that. But now we have come over it, and we're pulling our load. Now, this is whenever I really got good about not coming in and out of gear all the time. So I wasn't coming from first to reverse, first to reverse. I was actually going up and around the hill. So this is a trick that whenever I was running it, I started thinking back to these crazy videos that you see, especially like out in California, where they the quote moving mountain videos, where they have these scrapers, and I think it's like 50 to 100 of these big pan scrapers, and they'll be cutting down the top of a hill, and all you see is just these cat or whatever scrapers. Just they start from the top and they come down and they drop it at the bottom or wherever they want to drop it. Sometimes I think I even saw one was like, looked like they were building a sort of dam, and that's just what they do, is they just cut it and they never reverse. They never really have to do much turning. They kind of just try to make it so that they are driving up to the top of the mountain and then coming around in a circle and then dropping it in the designated location, and they make their loop. Sometimes I swear, I think some of them look like they were going through the loop 15 plus minutes. So, but that was the point, was nobody had any undue wear on the machine. It was just constantly up and then down. So, but yeah, from here on out, works pretty well. We're just cutting away at this little mound now, and worked pretty well. Nothing really too big to show here, but yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of like wait until, let you guys kind of watch this a little bit, and then I'll kind of come back whenever we get a little bit farther along, and probably talk more about the third pile, which was a little bit different, and kind of tell you what was going on there.
All right, so that was pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys on up here to the tractor and show you guys some of the controls. Before I hop up there, I was just gonna tell you guys, some of the purists dropped in a hole there. This tractor had a problem with the 3-point system on it. So if you look at the back of, I believe it's any 1105, well, I'm sorry, any 1100, 1130 or 1150, but I know it's all the 5 series. They run these cylinders. So what we had done was a really simple trick. We just went ahead, hooked it into the hydraulics, guys, made a whole T and whatnot. Then whenever it's not in use, wrong side. Whenever it's not in use, this thing right here says open, you turn it to closed. Then all you have to do is just undo the hydraulics, and you have your your 4 valves, but your 2 remotes back to you. So it's really the best way to do it if all you're gonna do like us is just 3-point, just busy work, no like draft or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys on up here. I just want to show you guys that mainly so you guys would know what was going on before I got going. I'm gonna try to show you guys what we're doing, and gonna try to level out some of this. We got a little bit going on there. We're gonna try to drag a little bit over that way. That'll probably take care of most of it. We'll see how we do with running this and running the tractor. So let's see how we do.
Alright. My voice was a little bit scratchy there. Hopefully this cough drop helps out a little bit. But anyways, back to the video. So as you guys can tell, I'm working in a little bit of a deeper hole here. This is wherever the cows would come around the corner, and if you see all the way over to the left, there's a waterer. So they would come around here this past winter, and they've really packed this down. So what I'm having a lot of trouble with is I am actually getting, I'm falling down into this hole, and then I'm coming up, and I have this big old amount of gravel, and I'm actually getting kind of stuck in it. So those first couple attempts there, I was having to get myself unpinched. So a lot of maneuvering, and a couple of times I had to come back and then back forward. So nothing really too crazy, nothing too out of the ordinary, obviously. But yeah, no, it was a little bit of a learning experience. Wasn't able to quite do what I like to at the very beginning of like I am now, of going round and round and just pulling it and then dropping it. Yeah, this is so much better, guys. Just being able to dump it, come up and over, and then really, once you conquer that pile and are really able to get it down to the level where you can move it. I mean, I guess technically speaking, I could have taken the truck and had the truck just go ahead and level it out a little bit, but I feel like this wasn't too bad, and honestly this allowed me to be able to not have it up on the dry places, because I did ponder having the truck kind of spread it out for me and not put it in a big massive pile, but the driver that we were working with was a little bit cautious on trying to get down into these holes. Even though it looks dry, there were a couple soft spots, and understandably so, he didn't really want to run the risk of getting his truck, like a tire stuck or anything like that, a rear axle, I guess you would say. So that's why I ended up just telling him, hey, get as close as you can to the edge, dump it into the hole, and I will go ahead and take care of the rest. So that's why we're in this situation right now. This is also about 2-3 days later after he had been there, so they had a few more days to dry out. So that's kind of a difference too. But yeah, no, it actually worked out really good. If I remember right, I think we're just about done with this. So let's see, yeah, another couple minutes, so a few seconds I mean. So anyways, as we're wrapping up and I'm about to start talking again, just realize we're kind of doing a rough grade. We will be bringing in more gravel, and this is far from finished. This is just the start of the pad. This pad has been being worked on for at least 4 years, and I'm fairly certain it will probably be worked on for at least another 4, 10, 15 years. We are working to get a heavy layer of gravel, and every year is a little bit more, a little bit better. So no, I'm pretty happy with it, and about to come off the tractor.
What a day, what a day. All right, hopefully that video came out pretty good. I have to go over that and see how it went. Of course, this is my first time really being able to do these kind of like more little live shot type things, so hopefully it went well. About the gravel, it looks like it went out pretty good. I mean, pretty happy with it so far. We got another couple loads coming. This is what our first guesstimate was. It kind of gave us a good feeling on what we'd need for this to really be able to start leveling it out. We're mainly wanting to be able to have water come through here. We're going to set up some more filtration down through there. Probably going to try to down in there. I want to be able to set up more grass along there here eventually, more buffer strip type things. Got a calf over there on the hill doing some things. He's on the wrong side of the fence. See if he comes up and over. Yeah, he's fence trained cattle. Yeah, we gotta get that thing hot. The mothers still think it's hot though, so that's the main thing. They ain't gonna go anywhere without their mama, that's for sure. They just kind of go in there and lay in between the bales anyways, so we're not nearly too worried about it. But anyways, back to this. I think we're gonna call that a day. Got some video, so we will see how she goes. First real good video with the 1105 in it, except for that one where I had some pictures of it in the baler one, if you guys ever seen that one. It was kind of cool. Baling in the rain. New Holland 855 baling in the rain. Anyways, I'll let you guys go and catch you later.